I did what every good husband would do. Just say, it's fine. Just do what you need to do. It's fine.
Whatever you want, dear. Okay, I want to talk to you about something.
What?
This actually sounds like the start of episode 4, doesn't it? When I said, I want to talk to you about something.
So, children.
And you go, oh, what do you want to talk to me about? Like,
Is it about what we talked about just before we started the podcast?
No.
Saying, I want to talk about this.
I can't actually remember what that was.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great intro. We really need to work on our intros, but we'll get there. So, soccer, but not
Football.
just soccer.
Football.
Soccer. Aussie rules football.
No, they don't. The British rule football. Well, they really don't. We're not very good. Well, no, that's one thing I don't like about over here. I fought against it for years, calling it soccer.
Yeah.
And I've been here, how many years have I been here? 15
20,
years?
More than that. 20.
15, 16 years.
Mm.
And now I start calling it soccer.
Mm.
And I hate that.
Mm.
And one of the coaches at my club said, right, anyone who calls it soccer, you're going to get a fine, like $1 fine or whatever. So now I'm trying to get back into calling it football again. Anyway.
But it's
I
not
digress.
football, though.
It is football.
It's not football.
Mhm.
It's soccer. Isn't it?
It's
It's soccer in Australia.
It's soccer in Australia.
It's soccer in South Africa.
In Europe, it's football.
Yeah.
And do you know why they call it soccer?
Why?
Because it's association football. It's like you get association rugby football and things like that. So association, they abbreviated that to be the ASOC part of association. So the differentiator between football across all the different codes of football, they call it soccer because it comes from ASOC, which is part of association. So it just became soccer. So it's kind of known as soccer that way. So, but yeah, across Europe, it's all football because there's no other football. And rugby football, you could say, no, that's just called rugby.
But that's not football at all. It's rugby.
It is rugby, but it's called rugby football.
I get it.
Yeah.
Rugby football. You're talking to a South African. We own rugby.
Well, you have in the past.
We own the whole world, the rest of the world. We own everyone.
Well, are we going to have to look up when was the last time? And I don't know the answer to this, so I'm going to do one of your facts and say South Africa haven't won a rugby tournament for a long, long time.
Start fact checking Claire, because that's going to have to happen regularly. So you fact check that, but it's hard because how can you actually call soccer football in Australia when we've got Aussie rules football? That's
is the
what
difference.
people will think about.
Yeah, that is the difference with footy. Well, it's known as footy over here. You don't call it football. It's footy. Even on the TV, it's footy. But in England, you would never say footy. It's footy. That just sounds like a little foot thing under the table.
Okay, but anyway, so soccer or football for you?
So what were you actually going to say before we got sidetracked into what the naming convention is?
So South Africa 4 countries have won the trophy. South Africa 1995, 2007, 2019 and 2023. New Zealand 87, 2011 and 2015, and Australia's only 2, 1991 and 1990, and England 2023. And I'm quite sure that South Africa has won a recent one as well. There's 2024 here too. We own rugby.
Okay. So what were you going to say about football?
Well, I was going to say, because we're obviously a football family, you manage your over 35s football team, and you love your soccer. You literally wear the uniform in your spare time.
No, I don't.
As comfortable clothes around the house.
Sportswear is comfortable wear.
Okay, well, you are kitted out in the football uniform whenever I see you.
Tune in for the next podcast.
Yeah, 80% of the time.
Fully kitted out next time.
Fully kitted out.
Boots and everything, shin pads on, ready to go.
I'm starting to think maybe I should get some apparel too, at least a scarf. A scarf or a beanie.
A beanie would be good for the winter, which we're in almost.
Yeah, it's getting cold.
But you can get like a little coach's jacket or something just to wear. They were actually surprisingly
But
warm.
I'm not a coach though.
You'd be married to one.
Yay, so I get one. Coach's wife.
Yeah.
I'll just get a coach's wife on the
Yeah.
thing.
At least.
Or
That's a thing.
manager's wife. You're not a coach. What's the
No,
difference
I'm a
between a
manager.
coach and a manager?
A manager
You've
managed.
coached once.
Well, a
kids.
manager. Yeah, no, that was refereeing.
Oh, what's
So a manager will be responsible for organizing the team, making sure there's a team to put out, the starting lineup, tactics, formations, team talks, all that sort of stuff. So anything to do with organizing the team is a manager's responsibility. A coach will be running drills, teaching people how to do
So it
things,
could
setting up
be the
passing,
two.
all that sort of stuff. So, you could do both,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about with coaching. So, I manage the team. I don't coach the team.
Okay, so what I was going to say 5 minutes in.
I'm waiting.
So we've got the kids. So we've got one in under 11, one under 12 playing soccer. I was going to say football, soccer, playing soccer on a Saturday morning. Crack of dawn every morning. I never get to have a sleep in. And we've got to take these two kids.
You slept in just fine this morning because the first game wasn't till 11.
Okay,
you slept in just fine.
That's fine. It's not
I'm
too
the one
bad.
who had to get up and clean, take the dog out because the dog vomited at 6:30 this morning.
Okay, but let's just stay on topic because this is going to take for ages. I'm going to actually forget what I was.
I think you've already forgotten what you're going to say.
No. There's a whole thing happening.
Okay. I will sit here and I will patiently wait for you to get out what you need to tell me.
You're talking about dog vomit. Which one are we going to talk about now?
I don't think we want to talk about dog vomit. So that was just a passing comment. Talk about what you want to say.
Okay, so yes, I did get a really nice sleep in. It wasn't too bad, but still, it would be nice to stay in my PJs all of Saturday and not have to leave the house, but I do. Got to take kids to soccer. So we've got one in under 11, one under 12, and you play soccer as well. So the kids, they do Tuesday nights. They've got to train for soccer, and then they've got the Saturday morning games. You train on a Wednesday, and then you've got games on normally a Friday night or a Sunday.
It's Sunday.
More of a Sunday.
Yeah, Friday night's pretty rare, but yeah.
So that's fairly busy already. And I was standing with one of the mums watching the oldest playing, thinking to myself, next year she's going to be under 13 and they've got to train twice a week.
I wish I could train twice a week.
I didn't even want to be a soccer mum to start off with. It was not in my goal, my plan for life. But anyway, so she's going to have to, that's going to be 2 days. Hopefully one aligns with the other one, and it'll be on a Sunday. So what's that going to look like? It's going to be like 2 days during the week and the whole weekend, just soccer.
I don't think the whole weekend.
Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, barely.
I don't like this.
I think it sounds like you're just coming up with problems.
And we're going away the whole of next weekend, long weekend, Devonport.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not even what I actually wanted to say.
Oh, you haven't even got to this yet.
I haven't even gotten to the point of it. So it's like, why is it a normal thing for us millennials? Because I'm noticing maybe it's a thing that millennial parents want to put their kids in all these different sports, and we keep them really, really busy. Is that us, or is that the last generation? I think only you can answer that
because my daughter doesn't do any sort of sports like that. No sort of team sports. She's into her own thing.
Yeah.
I used to take her to swimming classes on a Monday. That's all we ever did. Yeah. So I think you can answer that because you're the one who's got signed up to dance, cheerleading, football,
that's
whatever
what
else,
I actually want to talk about.
Ballet in the past, all this sort of stuff where it's just like every single day was a sport for one time, wasn't it?
It's just busy the whole time. It's literally school, sport, and till late as well. I've got one kid, 7:30. She goes straight from school, walks to cheerleading, and I only pick her up at 7:30.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And she,
Whereas I never did any of that at school.
Yeah. I did a bit of it, but this is busy.
Yeah.
And I speak to a lot of other parents that are doing exactly the same thing, that the kids are as busy.
So why are they doing it then?
I don't know. Like, what is it? They seem happy. I don't like to be that busy. I don't know. Is it a good thing? Is it? Or what else are they going to be doing?
Well, it's better than sitting in their rooms on their iPads and watching TV or scrolling with their thumb is just doing that all night.
Yeah. And I've been going to the gym as well, which has been good though. It's actually been good to get out of the house and go and do something. So maybe it's just...
That's what I've been telling you all these years. It's not just about just lying in bed and watching TV or scrolling on your phone in your PJs all weekend, just not getting out of your pajamas. I don't like that. It's good to do stuff. It's nice to, and you feel good after it. So but the only bad workout is the one that you didn't do.
But it's like overstimulation as well from work. So maybe it's you've got to make sure that you find the right balance. And if you're spending, and I worry about my kids going to school and feeling the same way that I feel going to work full time, that when I come home,
well, they're going to quit school.
Yeah, well, that's it. I want to just shut off from the world, sit in a dark place, and just deregulate from the whole experience of the day.
So I go play football because I really enjoy playing football, and I joined up to the team. 2020 before I met you, just before I met you. We joined COVID.
Yeah.
We played one game in the March, and then it was COVID restrictions. So the whole season got cancelled until like September we started playing again. We did another couple of games. That was the end of the season. But yeah, I played one game and then COVID came in.
Yeah. Did you get your refund?
No, we still played a lot of games after that once it all started back up again. But yeah, we couldn't. The social distancing, you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So we had to. That was it for half the year. Good couple of months in between games, which is pretty crazy.
We're lucky though that we live on a small island that we were able to actually. We were sort of protected from COVID, because if you think about Melbourne, what that looked like, they were shut down for a long time. And just thinking, I know teachers too. The schools were closed for a long time as well, and teachers were teaching from home for months, whereas we were a few weeks. It wasn't that long. You
didn't really teach anyone, did you? Because you were still living by yourself then. We hadn't moved in together yet.
Yeah, but definitely that's where the instructional designing things started coming out, where you created the content.
Yeah, but your kids had a month off school though, really. They didn't do anything. Well, I made my kids
how could I teach them when I had to teach? So my poor kids had to get out of the way so I could teach other kids, because I didn't have time to teach them because I had to stay home and teach other kids. So it was a little bit, I had this whole plan, like I set up like little areas where there was like puzzles and a play area and a drawing section, and I set it up literally like a classroom at house. I actually did that, set it up like a little classroom that they could do things, but they actually need someone to supervise them and going around. I was teaching, I was still working.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. For maybe a few weeks and then started sleeping in. But still had to do the face-to-face, the Zoom calls. I remember I had to do that with the kids, all the students. Not a lot turned up though. Yeah, that was wild. I'd embrace that again. I actually really like working from home.
I love working from home.
I need a job that I can work from home. That's the job I need.
And get up at 10 and be in your PJs all day.
It's not even get up at 10 though. It's just home. What do they do though? They wear like PJ bottoms and then
I
corporate up the top.
I stick a shirt on.
Party down the
I've got my
bottom.
Adidas shorts on underneath and a pair of runners on. But I've got a button-up shirt on the top. That's all you need.
Party down the bottom. I think I've even got a photo of you like that with shorts, and you've got this looking all fancy up the top, and you've got shorts, and you're actually sitting at your desk.
You want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse than sitting at a desk all day for 8-9 hours and just being so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you can't move. You got, it's restrictive clothing on, and this button-up shirt's not the nicest things to be wearing. But I can wear a polo, like a branded polo shirt to work, which is good. But yeah, I'd much rather just sit in a pair of shorts underneath and. Yeah. So
going back, rewind all the way back to the first point of like sports.
Oh, that's what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
we
That's
were
right.
talking about sports, but we weren't just talking about sports. It was like working full time, and then you're full time, you've got these kids and all these busy schedule doing all these different sports and stuff. Where's the balance? Is that good to keep them really busy and you're just living your life, just doing the rat race and just running around, working your ass off and taking your kids to sports the whole time, and you've got just enough time to have a cup of tea before bed? Or do you choose to slow down and the kids miss out on certain sports and you go, you know what, I don't actually need that level of salary and I'm going to go down to 4 days or 3 days? But like, what's important? What is...
Well, it's also the cost associated with all these sports as well, right? Because they do cheerleading and that's uniforms and costumes, and football every year is shirts and new shorts and new boots every season. Dance, it's all this competition stuff. $300 here, $600 here. So all adds up as well. It's very expensive to keep everyone in all these different sports. If it was just one sport, you could just get away with it and it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all these different things.
So is it going to change their lives? Where's the happy medium?
Well, I don't know. I never, like I said before, I never got to do outside of school sports, mostly because of religion and limiting time spending with non-Jehovah's Witness people. So I didn't get a lot of that. I didn't get any of it, which was a shame, but I would have loved to have done it. I said it, everyone's like, I would have loved to have played football through school and played for a team and all that and learn all this sort of stuff. I never did. And I would have loved to do that sort of stuff. I did swimming lessons, that was it. When I was really young. But yeah, I look back at that as something I wish I could have done.
That reminds me, Emily, my cousin, the one that owns Kingdom Coffee, and the photographer, hey?
Kingdom Coffee, Kingston.
Kingdom Coffee, Kingston. And the photographer as well. She's like a perfect example of what you've just said. And my kids, she's played soccer her whole childhood and she still plays soccer as an adult. And I thought, oh, that's amazing. That's what you want to see. That's actually the gift, because I never played soccer as a child. And soccer, if I was introduced to it younger, not as a teenager, I was not secure enough to start something like that as a teenager. There's no way. So I would have needed to be introduced younger and then feel confident in that space to follow it through into the teenage years. But then it's not childhood, it's following it through into adulthood. How cool would that be? That you've been playing soccer your whole life.
A lot of people do. A lot of people do. I was chatting to a guy at football the other day, a couple of weeks ago now, on a Friday night. He came and helped us out in our team. And he was saying that, he started playing for our local team back in 88 or 89.
Wow.
And he was, he's maybe 2 years younger than me. So he would have been, gone all the way through their junior program, academy, all that sort of stuff. Now he's my age and playing social football now, which is great. So he's done it his entire life.
Yeah, so that's a gift, though. That's a gift.
But you don't have to set the world on fire. You don't have to go and go into something professionally to make it worthwhile.
That's not what it's about, though.
No, it's about just enjoying yourself and having an outlet. And, you got two sporty kids who like just being active. I wouldn't say they love soccer. It's their passion. It's a cool thing for them to do. That's about it, I think. But it's the fact that they're active and they want to be active. What?
Was that a diss?
No, it's the truth. No, they're really good at cheerleading and dancing. And I think that's where their passion is. Yeah. They do soccer because it's there and it's great. And it's good exercise and they want to do it. It's social as well.
And that's what Heidi also, she's like, I don't want to quit soccer. I want to stay fit. That's what she actually said.
Yeah, exactly. But they're dancers and gymnasts at heart. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. But it's good that they're doing something. But yeah, I don't know. My daughter's not sporty, so we never did it. I would have loved to have done it. And I regret not being able to do it.
And she might have. I don't think she would have. It's not in her. No.
She's not that kind of person.
Yeah.
I don't think she plays as Netflix.
She's my daughter.
Yeah, maybe.
She gets that from me.
Yeah, sure.
Netflix, PJs all day. My kind of girl.
Yeah, definitely right. Yeah, it's definitely her. But yeah, I think it's good I think it's good for them to be active doing stuff. I don't know about every single day of the week doing stuff and long sessions as well. I don't know about that. But you know what? I think if they're happy doing it and they want to keep doing it, I don't think there's any harm. As long as we can afford it, I don't think there's any harm in doing it.
Mama better get a job in 2 weeks. Mama better stay employed.
Well, you'll have to have a conversation and say, right, because of my irresponsible decisions, which sport would you like to drop?
That my husband supported, so he will be taking care of you.
You have to drop 2 sports each. You can keep one going. That's it. Until I get another job again.
No, that'd be devastating. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. But no, I think it's good, and thankfully we got one of those clubs close by that is a community club. So it's Saturday morning. You just see all these kids in all the sports shirts all around the whole suburb, really, don't you? And all these little pitches around, all in the blues and wearing the kit. So it's such a massive part of the community. The club.
So it's probably also like, as much as I complain and I love to sleep in and my Saturdays are gone, it's a gift for me that it drags me out of bed and it gets me out into the fresh air. Gets me out into the fresh air and a bit of vitamin D.
You stop and get a coffee on the way.
I did. I got a really nice coffee this morning. So no, it was
from
nice.
Kingdom Coffee?
I didn't, but I'll make sure that we do go there. Yes.
That's awkward.
No,
you plugged them before and then you didn't go get a coffee from them.
Well, it was in Sandy Bay, so I can't even remember what it was called, but it was really good. The only one I would plug is Kingdom Coffee. Like and subscribe to our channel.